Nice.
I applaud you for driving all the way to Hamlet Park.
I mean, it's $290 right there.
Yeah. I mean, I used to go to my nails in like around that area, but eventually I gave up and now I go next door to my house.
Yeah.
I also am like not like I like really don't care. I'm like it's gonna grow back. Like I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
But this one I will say I had an actual reaction to.
You're like,
I was
so
like, oh,
who
I look
are you?
great.
And he's not gay. It's kind of weird.
Well, we don't know.
I've never gone to a gay hairstylist.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I would say that like
Me either.
every friend that I know on Facebook that is a hairstylist is gay. Like,
Really?
Or guys.
Well, these are
specifically.
barbers, so I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
my
true.
hair
They're, like, doing
stylist is
lineups
a
and
guy
shit.
and he's straight.
Really?
Yeah, he's married.
That's like Angie K's husband from
Yeah.
The Real House of
Crazy.
Salt Lake City. He's
Oh, wait,
straight.
are you watching the season?
Of course I am.
The what?
Glued to my television.
I can't wait for the next ep.
What are you guys talking about?
But
Real
Real
Housewives of
Housewives
Salt Lake City.
Oh fuck no.
I need to get into it, but I feel like it's like
yeah, you
so,
do.
It's so hard. Though. I've never
You
watched
kind of have
any
Angie
of
K
them.
hair right now.
Is that a good
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
She has like the best hair. I think
She
her hair is
does.
better
I
than
mean,
Lisa's.
Word.
thing?
Well,
That's it.
Lisa's
I'll carry
hair
this
is-
compliment with me
yeah.
for the rest of the week. Thank you.
Were those the one that they were having orgies and stuff like that, or that was
No,
different?
that's
No, but I
Secret
wanna watch
Lives-
that one.
That's Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, they're too young.
similar.
Aren't they the
They're-
same?
No, this
Generation
is like,
up.
Yes, this is older ladies, and Secret Lives of Mormon
Well,
Wives
they're
are
not
younger.
old. Well, they're older than that.
Yeah,
But they're not old.
No.
Who's your
They're-
favorite?
Who?
I
I mean, I love Lisa, but like
Really?
she's
I was
also
like,
like
don't say
fucking
Lisa.
nuts.
Don't
Like,
say Lisa.
I
And I was
like-
like, I think Katie's gonna say Lisa.
I like that.
Why?
No, I don't like her as like a person, but I think she's entertaining. Like the stuff that she says, I think is funny, and like I think that I don't know. I just enjoy when she's on the screen. But I like Angie.
Okay.
I
I said
also
who's your favorite. I didn't say like. Okay.
rank
You're
them.
just gonna
I think
go off
probably
on them.
my favorites are Angie and Heather.
Okay.
Who are your favorites?
Angie and Mary.
Oh, I forgot about Mary.
Mary's the best.
Mary's the best.
There's
Okay, I'll
something
need
about
to- I'll
Mary.
need to
Mary
get
is
in the
like unbelievable.
Did
You
you
have
guys
to watch
watch the
them.
new
And
season
you can
of?
watch. I'm sorry.
No,
If you're gonna say Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
No.
Did we watch
No.
that? No. It's
Isn't
like
Chriselle leaving? I heard.
they're always like at least one of them is always leaving.
I am built for that show.
Like, yeah,
Selling Sunset.
like, you
Call me.
absolutely should.
You have to move
I'm
to
not
LA.
going to LA this weekend. Well, maybe
Oh
I'll.
my God,
maybe I'll
you
stalk
should-
the office.
Yeah. Stop by.
Well,
Let's just keep walking
actually,
by with,
they
like,
put
different
up,
outfits
no,
on.
so like here on the season they put up like hedges over the office so that people can like peek through and knock on the windows anymore. That's like part of
Oh,
the
fuck.
office thing. So
Bummer.
you have to. Well, you're pretty tall. Maybe you can like peek.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I feel like I'm here for my interview.
I like can't watch Selling Sunset. Like the filter on it like hurts my eyes. Like it gives me a headache. It's like orange. It's like insane.
I
so
also
funny.
am like, I know this. You didn't get this listing.
no, absolutely.
Like you did
not.
not get this
No,
20
people
million.
like
absolutely
look
not.
them up and like what's her name isn't even a
Amanda's
agent.
never sold a house.
She's
never
not even
sold
an
a
agent.
house.
She's
Yeah.
never
Oh,
licensed.
yeah. Well,
But she's
So-
doing the tours and she's negotiating.
yeah, like
on camera.
You know, you do the
Not
tour.
really.
You walk in, and then you're like, "Did you hear what she said about me?"
Yeah.
I don't understand
it.
how like.
But like
what-
they like negotiate in person and then they're like,
Well, that's more. They don't really like even negotiate
No.
on Selling Sunset. On $1 Million Listing, they do.
oh, I don't watch any of those shows. The only one I got close to was Selling Tampa, which got
Oh,
canceled. And
I
I
didn't
actually
watch
I
liked it.
watched like the first
I
couple
liked
episodes
it.
of that.
I didn't watch that one. I watched the
Wait,
Silent
that-
Sunset, Silent Sea.
That was the one where like the first episode, the girl, the owner of the brokerage was like, I'm changing the commission split. And then like the agents were like so pissed. And she's like, I don't care what you think. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I loved that.
I might have had that conversation here. I'm just kidding.
I'm changing my own commission split.
Yeah.
I'm here to change my commission split. I'm going to say that on Tuesday.
That's funny. All
Should
right,
we talk about
get
real estate,
into
like
it?
real estate?
Yeah.
Let's talk about real estate.
Okay. Oh,
Do we need an intro song?
an intro song?
Probably. Rick,
Yeah,
Just
I
like
think
in general.
Rick,
Bring that,
we
let's
need
bring that
intro
up to
song.
let's bring that up to Johnny.
Yeah, we will.
We need an original song.
Jingle.
For the holidays. Beautiful.
Okay. First entry or submission. Closed on 10/16. Seller wants to buy it back.
What the fuck?
10/16. That's like the date.
10/16. Like they closed on
October
October
16th.
16th.
Oh my god.
Not even 2 weeks in, and the seller wants it back. She owned this place for 50 years and added a ton of customization, but we deep cleaned it and painted most of the interior already. Also, doesn't matter. You
Yeah, like
own
it's
it.
your place.
Does she have a receipt?
Yeah.
This is
Can
not
only be
Amazon
returned with
returns,
receipt.
bro.
Store credit with a
Yeah.
receipt and tags
What?
on.
This is
Um,
crazy.
And throughout a ton of stuff that she left behind, we're going to hear her offer, but it feels kind of surreal. If she offers a reasonable amount over what we just paid, then
10%.
we'll take it.
At least 10%.
But the thought of moving again so soon sounds
no.
awful. Has anyone experienced this? Like,
No.
Then,
Do we know what state? Sorry, keep it.
I don't think so. No, they
It
didn't.
doesn't
say.
matter.
But
It's fucking unhinged.
Rich.
Probably
people.
Indiana, I don't
That's-
know.
This sounds like
Funny.
rich people shit.
and a lot of the comments were saying that like, is there gold there, or like, did she like leave cash?
They should
And
bury a body or something.
the
Oh.
poster edited it and said, I don't think there's any gold or cash, unfortunately, though this does make me want to focus on cleaning out her old sheds. She outlived several children and several husbands, so I don't think there's anything I could call for a wellness, or there's anyone I
she
could call for a
outlived that
wellness.
One of the
husband,
hus-
all right?
One
Yeah.
of the I'm sure one of her husbands died and he's in the wall.
He's
Yeah,
in the
in the
shed.
shed.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Grandma
And
is gonna be on Netflix
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That was in a show once that I watched.
But
That's-
isn't that funny?
That's hilarious.
Wait, what was in the show?
that they wouldn't there was like this developer coming and tearing down all the houses, and they were like where they were like protesting it,
Oh.
and the reason that they were protesting it was because once they tore it down they would
Yeah.
find dead bodies.
Was it The Sopranos?
It was not. It was actually a story from my childhood.
You are an East Coaster.
I am. I
And we
basically
don't
grew up
know.
around the Sopranos.
Yeah, we definitely don't know. Okay, so my aunt lives in New Jersey and she dates this guy who owns a what kind of company? A concrete pouring company?
No, he doesn't.
Oh no.
He does.
Cleaning money.
Yeah, and burying people.
Oh, yeah, that's a great contact.
Yeah.
Give me his number.
Is Katie's sound still good?
No, I feel like it just keeps falling, but I think it's better now.
I keep on
Okay.
falling.
Yeah, half of
Perfect.
half of the foundation is bones, basically.
Yeah, literally. Like, why does this keep cracking? The foundation.
Yeah,
keep
somebody
cracking?
needs to tell grandma that this is not Amazon. You can't just like fucking show up 3 weeks later and be like, I don't like my new house. I want my old one. back."
Yeah,
And
like,
you'd have to
that's
cover the
crazy.
closing costs again.
Yeah, so that's
You're gonna be
what.
really out
No,
of money.
yeah.
Like all the comments said, the majority of the comments confirmed what we were already thinking. The offer would have to be astronomically higher than what we just paid, and I find it unlikely that she'll be able to do that. I'm considering going back and saying we're not even interested in the offer, if for no other reason than to spare her hopes getting raised.
Can
I
you-
mean,
can you
that's
imagine-
She's like a crazy old lady.
Can you imagine grandma starts stalking them? Like just go on the door and like with a cane, like
No, I've heard of people that buy houses and then the old owners like will like drive by or like knock on the door and be like, "Oh, like did you clean out the gutters?" And they're like,
Oh yeah.
"Yeah,
no.
bitch,
that-
like this
yeah,
is not your
that's
house
insane,
anymore."
though. Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
But
What was that Netflix like? Not documentary, but the show about somebody like watching the house. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no.
It was like the house that like no matter who moved it
Yes.
was like somebody was like watching them.
Not the
Ew.
Watcher.
I think it was the Watcher.
it?
I think it was.
With and she was a real estate
Yes.
agent.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
That was a good show, but I hate that
Creepy
like
as
all
hell.
of like there's always an open end and like
Yes,
nobody
you have
they're
no
like,
idea.
oh maybe this happened or maybe this happened.
We need
but
season
actually
2.
nobody knows.
I can't watch shows like that. Like, no.
That's why reality TV. Only.
yeah, only.
But you know what I realized? I was sitting like watching Love is Blind and then Silent Sunset
Mm-hmm.
alone. And I'm like, it's kind of sad to like be
Yeah.
like sitting hardcore, like watching reality TV by
Well,
yourself. And you
that's,
have
like-
like a partner.
'Cause you can't
it's
talk
easy-
shit, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
why people have podcasts because like you
Oh,
need to say your
perfect.
thoughts, you know.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
agree. Like if I watch a show and like nobody that I know is watching it, I'm like,
You can't talk shit about rich people. You know, it hits different when it's like, oh, look at them. Like that's a fucking shitty Ferrari. I would have bought a yellow one. Losers.
Well, their lives are impeccably
Manufactured.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Middle class because more money, more problems.
More money,
Facts.
more
More
problems.
money.
and they're all
Problems.
like committing fraud
Yeah.
to try to
Yeah.
stay.
Who's committing fraud?
The Housewives.
Oh,
Really?
Do you watch
slew of them.
Potomac?
Of course I do.
Yeah, and Wendy.
Wendy's going to this.
Slammer.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Damn.
Or not hopefully, maybe, probably.
You guys, I picked up
What?
one lead in the past 30 days.
Oh man, no,
I did.
I'm
I
getting
picked top
it.
I'm being
4
red
this
flagged.
month. I
Yeah.
closed 2 of them, and I have not done any of them.
I
since,
picked up 2
like,
by
2 weeks.
accident and closed and under contract with both of them.
Oops.
Whoops.
That's great.
I keep getting these calls that say Zillow Group.
Oh, that's like
Is that the
when
one where the buyer's not on the
text.
phone and they just want to text?
Yeah.
I never picked them up.
Is that what that is? I
think
just
so.
recently
And
started
they get
getting
like
them.
so like appalled when you're like, do you want to get on the call? They're like, how dare you?
Yeah. Anyway, no, you can't buy your house back. It doesn't.
Yeah.
This
No.
is not a 30-day return policy.
No.
Yep.
No. Wild.
Could you add that in a attorney review contract?
No backsies?
Like, yeah, no takebacks.
No, like after 30-day. No. I had a buyer once recently.
Probably not.
Never mind. I'll save it.
Katie,
I'll save
check
it. I'll
how
save
many
it till they
followers
close.
we
Save it till they
have.
close. Save it till they close. Save it till they close.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so this one actually like brought me physical joy because I was like, oh, a normal
And
person.
how did that physical joy manifest in your body? What did that look like?
I was smiling ear to ear. I feel like this keeps falling.
You want me to hold it?
No,
I
but
got
like
you, girl. Let me hold it.
no, but I feel like every time I look down, it's like just sloping. Perfect.
Wait, I can do it.
But you know what I mean? No, it like I feel like I'm tight and it really?
Rick is like,
Perfect.
There you go.
Okay, great. Yeah, it'll be down here in
I
like
fixed
5
it.
seconds. It'll be down.
Let
Here
the
in like 5
record show.
Okay.
We
so
did not need to
yeah,
hire Tasha.
I was smiling ear to ear, and I was like, "Oh my god, finally a normal person."
I love that. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
Normal's overrated, but go ahead.
Finding a home is similar to finding a job and dating. There are loads of homes on the market, many listed over 100 days, but the desirable ones are snatched up in 3 days. And we complain that there isn't enough inventory available in my area, at least. Same with jobs. Ton of jobs on the market as well as unemployed people, but we can't find the right fit or the right job. Similar to single people. Too many single people, but can't find the right match. I've been searching for 1 year and had 2 offer rejections. What proactive things can I do to find and get the home I want? Apart from getting new listings from my realtor and using websites like Zillow.
You can adjust your expectations.
Well, no, I think that this is like good because she's like, okay, there's too many, there's like all the good things go fast and then we're left with kind of like this shitty stuff. So she's like, a lot of homes are rented. One thing I notice is that the homes will go up for rent, and if it's not rented in 4 months, I see they're up for sale. Should I hunt down and find the owners at the 3-month mark and offer to buy their home? That's what
No.
made me happy. I'm like, you're being proactive. Like she's seeing things that are up for rent, and if they're not renting,
Greg does that
That's
sometimes.
like going up to married men and being like, "Oh, do
If
you
you-
think
if you get
that
divorced,
you
like,
can
hug
make
it me
this
up
work
type of
even though
thing,
you're
yeah.
married?"
Okay,
Like
I
being
get
very
it.
proactive.
I don't think that person
get
should be
it.
Compared it
reasonable.
to dating.
No,
I get
compared
with
to
her
dating.
analogy.
Joe, I
yeah.
agree with you. That's that. No.
With
Also,
her analogy,
I
that
will
doesn't
tell
work.
her what I tell all my single girlfriends who are like, "I can't find a man. I can't find a man." And I'm like, "What about that?" And they're like, "Well, they're too short." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, your expectations are not
True.
You have to adjust your
Yeah,
expectations.
Miss Perfect here. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
There's nothing wrong with the short king. Also, would you date a woman? Is always my second question.
You always, you
Like, you have
do
to
always says that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you always
do.
you have to think maybe outside the box to find something you really want. Does it need to be a single family home in Lincoln Park, or maybe it could be a single family home in Westtown?
yeah, but for
Yeah.
straight people, it's not like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean. You go into a straight person, and be like, okay, you can't find a house. Would you live on a boat? You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
What?
Would you live on a boat? Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh.
when it comes, like you can't ask that.
Would you live in a boat?
No.
Well, maybe they never considered it before. Maybe that could. Can we sell that? No.
No.
We could sell a boat slip. And then
Yeah.
the people
Oh,
have
yeah,
to find
there
a
you go.
boat.
Yeah. But I do
No,
think
Katie,
On the- are both
no.
slips on the MLS?
No, I think-
she's not reasonable.
I think
No,
she is.
I think she is.
in a way. But
I mean, we do reverse prospecting and try to find off-market
Yeah.
properties for
Yes.
and
our
I know that
clients.
Greg's been doing it specifically with rentals
Yeah.
too, of like people who keep like renting it. He would reach out and be like, "Hey,
Oh,
do you want
yeah.
to sell?" Instead to brokers.
Yes.
And
Listen,
he,
all I'm
like,
saying
found
is
some.
I think this girl is resourceful. She's not being like, poor me, wah, wah, wah. She's saying, I know what I want and I want to find a way to get it. And how can I do that? So let's help her.
But to Joe's point, I would say that adjusting expectations could be right too.
That's
because
it.
what a lot of people
Yes.
don't realize is statistically, like in your first home, you live there for 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
In the end of the day, do you need like? There's no bigger red flag to me that the buyer can say than like, I'm not going to buy a home unless it's perfect, because
Yeah.
there's nothing is
Yes.
fucking perfect. You will have to figure it out, like just figure out the deal breakers, get yourself in somewhere, build some equity, and then your next one will be a little more perfect.
Yes,
And then your next
but
one will be a little more perfect.
I don't think, okay, so I think the flaw in her post is comparing it to dating and a job, because those, like dating, you obviously are dating, maybe find your husband, wife, whatever. So yeah, you want to make sure it's perfect. I think that's where it's flawed. because she doesn't say she's looking for like the perfect home or the perfect fit. She's just saying the most desirable properties go up and come down, which is true. And no matter what your expectations are, like unless your expectations are to like buy a shithole, like if you are looking for a nice house in Westtown or a nice house in Lincoln Park, the nicest houses come on and go off the market equally. You know what I mean?
It's subjective. Like when people are like the most desirable, I'm like, well, that's because the most amount of people have that desire. But then there's like, that's when people like the single family homes in Lakeview, for instance, like the way they're built, like they're all the fucking same. You walk in, there's the living area, you walk through, the dining table's there, then it's the kitchen with the fridge behind it, and then you walk into a bigger living room, and then there's the banister, and then there's a big window to the backyard. Like everybody,
like a powder room.
and then there's a powder room off the kitchen. Like every layout is the same. So when people say like that's the most desirable, I'm like, that's just because y'all are the most basic and you have no creativity.
Exactly the same construction. To the T will be in Westtown, in Ukrainian Village, in Wicker Park, in like Palmer Square, and those places sell for like $200,000 to $400,000 less.
And also, it depending on the budget, that can be very subjective though. So, for example, if you have $1 million budget for a 2-and-2, you will find the perfect home, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Work harder.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, but I don't agree with that. I think like most people, even like, because most people have like the mindset that like they want more than what they have or what they can't afford.
Sure.
Even if you have $1 million budget, like you're gonna like the things that are $1.5 million better than what's $1 million.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I had a buyer for like a 3-2 in Lakeview, Lincoln Park with $1.3 million budget. We found something, but it was still very challenging because there's still very short inventory and there's still a lot of people looking in that.
And it was a
price
condo.
point.
Yeah,
it was a condo. Yes. I will say though, to this point, if we are to like help this girl out, I always suggest like look past the finishes, the furnishing, the staging, because those most desirable places, it's actually quite frustrating how many times we have to have this conversation with the buyer. I'm like, you would not like this as much if it wasn't for their stuff.
Yeah.
The reason why it shows so well is because they have it furnished nicely.
Right.
Like find something that's maybe a developer grade from a little older that hasn't been done and do it yourself. This is how you're going to find a house. Like,
This is
you
Joe's
it
point,
also
like, lower the
depends,
expectations.
right? Like, okay, so 1, change your expectations. 2, why are the things desirable? Is it because of the location that obviously you can't change? Is it because of things like the view you can't change? You know, is it something you cannot change? Or is it because the thing that's desirable has white countertops and like a fresh like paint job and new floors? Because those things can be changed. And if you can get a property that's been sitting on the market for 100 days for a lower price, then you can put the extra money in to make the property desirable and what you want.
So I recently ran through this when I'm working with a buyer who was like single family home, single family home, single family home. This is the budget. And then I sent her a duplex down for just a 3-unit building. I think it's 3 units. And then it's much more affordable. And I'm like, it's the first time buying a home. I'm like, you don't have to worry about the roof all on your own. But she hadn't even considered that yet. And we had to go see it for her to be like, oh, this actually does live like a single family home. It's 2 floors. The ceilings are super high. You come right in from you're the first unit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not your forever home. So we adjusted the expectations, but she was surprised. What my point was before is that maybe you haven't thought about something like this before.
Yeah.
I had
'Cause
people
when
in
someone
suburbs
says-
looking for like a single family house with a budget that was very tight. I'm like, why don't we look at townhomes?
Yeah.
Like literally, why
It's
don't
like a
we?
nice
Yeah.
compromise because
Yeah.
as soon as you say like condo, you're thinking like a simplex.
Yeah.
Like, no, we can find something in certain areas where, you go down in the duplex down and it's still 10, 11 feet high. And it feels like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, but the search here goes deeper though. Like, first of all, what is your pre-approved budget, and why are you looking at homes that are going in split second that you cannot afford?
Well, maybe that she can't afford them.
Well, maybe you should be looking at homes that are
Why?
like $50,000
Exactly.
under your pre-approved number.
Exactly.
If you're gonna get outbid every time, like I'm sure you guys have the same conversation in the springtime when the buyer is looking in Lakeview for 2-2 or 2-1, whatever, and they're pre-approved up to 400, and something gets listed at 400 immediately. I'm like, we probably should not be looking at it. We should be looking at things that have been listed for over like 2 weeks at 400.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we should be looking around 350 to 375 tops.
Yeah.
Because
So
you
like
will have to go over asking.
adjusting your budget to like what's realistic for the market that you're in.
Sorry,
right.
Katie. We're like, this is the most reasonable person. We're like, no.
No, that's okay. I have an even more reasonable person, but we'll end with that.
Okay.
Okay. So, anywho, I'm interested to get your guys' thoughts on this. Anyone else feel like the housing
I didn't
market?
drive here to not give my thoughts, so let's do it.
Anyone else feel like the housing market is stuck in a weird standoff right now? Is anyone else feeling how strange the housing market is right now? Mortgage rates are still above 6%, so monthly payments are brutal, yet prices haven't really dropped much. In my area, homes are just sitting longer, and I'm seeing more priced reduced listings, but they're still way too expensive. It honestly feels like a standoff. Sellers don't want to lower prices, and buyers like me are just waiting it out. I keep thinking about holding off until rates dip closer to 5%, but who knows? Maybe prices will shoot right back up when that happens. Anyone here actually buying right now, or are you still sitting on the sidelines too? Curious what it's like in your city.
Yes, I do feel that person is correct. There is very, like, the zip codes are growing where we see the inventory sit a little bit longer, especially for single family homes. Like, if we're excluding the city, where sellers are just still delusional that they can get crazy amounts of money because the rates are not 2.5% anymore, 3%. So sellers are like, well, my neighbor or my cousin or my buddy got like $100,000 over asking price like 2022.
Are you talking about in suburbs? Because
Outskirts and certain suburbs for certain price points. Yes, like I've been seeing it more
a lot
and more.
of like if it's priced correctly, it moves immediately.
Correct, but that's where the standoff
Yeah,
is
that's
comes
what he's
from.
saying.
So
The sellers
basically,
are
they're
thinking that
so
they're-
overpriced and they're so delusional that they'll be able to get like $75,000 to $100,000 over what they're actually worth. And they're just sitting there on the market. And when somebody comes with a reasonable offer of like, hey, you're listed at $625, I'm giving you $575. That's actually a good price for this home because this home and this home sold for that price like a few months ago. They're like, nah, I'm not willing to negotiate that much. I can probably go to like $615, but not less than that. And then the buyers are like, well, if they have a good agent, the buyers are like, well, my agent is telling me this home is worth $580. You're asking $625. Like,
Right.
fuck off. So we continue to the next one. Yes, I've been seeing it more and more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that we're 5 years out now from those super low interest rates, 2.5%, 3%. So those are probably a lot of the sellers right now. If not actively listing, then they're considering selling, and they want to make, that's a big change for them to get out of that interest rate. So I think they want to make up for that by maybe, if not overpricing, listening to agents who maybe are willing to overprice their house because they're like, well, we're getting rid of this low interest rate. So yeah, I want a higher price for my house to make up for it when I buy a new house at 6.25 or whatever it is, which is, I don't want to say delusional, but delusional.
It is delusional.
Because those interest rates are not coming back ever, and it's not up to the buyer to make up for your loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, but it's also, that's why I'm get kind of confused too, because it's not a loss. Like, they are, if you bought in like 2020, 2021, like, your property in most cases has appreciated a lot in
correct.
value
Yeah.
because of the tight inventory that we've been experiencing since the interest rates have increased from those low points. So it's like you are making more than what you would have even if the interest rates stayed so low.
Yeah.
And the market, like, eventually, like, whatever was doing
And
this,
you
like,
save so
it
much
went
money
like this.
monthly. Like,
Right.
So that's why
I'm confused.
for a listing. But I'm saying, like, in sellers' minds,
yeah.
without data in front of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's why I think for us as like potential listing agents, like explaining what you just said and like showing them,
like
actually
showing them,
what
like,
it looks
okay,
like.
if you look at the last 5 years since you've owned this, how much the market has increased, and then look at the 5 years previous.
Yeah.
If this COVID stuff didn't happen, the interest rates, the frenzy, blah, 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 like, you would never even be at this price.
Right.
You would be at whatever the steady increase was from the, 2015 to 2020 was,
I just feel like in general, people put so much, I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with this, but people just in general put so much emphasis on the interest rate.
Yeah.
And then when I break it down by dollar on
Yeah.
how much the difference is per your monthly amortized over 30 years, I'm like, we were talking about hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Like not.
Yeah. But
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
I will say though, like, because I did this when I was buying my place last year, I was doing like the mortgage calculator and I saw, whatever interest rate I was approved at. And then I'm like, okay, what if I like lowered it by like 1.5 points? And it's like, oh my, it is like
It's a lot of money.
$200 a month. Like for
It's a lot of money.
It's a
Well,
lot of
my
money.
first
Whoa.
home we got at 2.5% interest rate, and my second home we got at 7.125 interest rate. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a huge difference.
Yeah,
like it's
and,
a
like,
really really big difference.
It is like, and then you were also, it's like, that's just money that's like going
Yeah,
away,
but also
you
like, the
know?
way I look at it, eventually, when the rates do drop, you can refinance. You cannot change the value of properties.
Yeah.
When the values do go up, because they will, when the interest rates drop and all of these people on the sidelines will come up and start shopping, the values do go up because
Yeah.
you have even more buyer, you even have more demand for the same.
Which
or
they did say.
Yeah,
He
they
was like,
did.
maybe the prices will go up, which
They
will
will.
happen.
They will. And then you can change anything about that. But can you buy something at a higher interest rate and then refinance? Yes, you can. And then I also look in terms of an investment. Also, the rental prices go up every year. So eventually there is a point where the rates drop significantly to the point and the rental values come up to the point where it starts making sense. So I
Right.
just think of it in the long-term
Well,
perspective.
right.
And I still have to live somewhere.
Right. Like that's where I was like, I can obviously only speak from my personal experience and experience from clients, but like, cause I was just looking at the rentals, like the unit above me rented for over $100 more than what my mortgage is. So it's like, okay, then yeah, it makes sense that I own it, even though I have a higher interest rate.
And
You
can
know what I
probably
mean?
refinance
And
soon
yeah,
if
I'm
you
going to
want, yeah.
refinance. So then it'll be even lower, which I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, in some
In my
markets, it
case, I would
doesn't.
be losing money. Like I would be losing money on that. But I also like in my portfolio, like I'm making money on my other place. I'm losing
Yeah.
money on this place. It is appreciating. Eventually, it appreciates to the point, and the rental prices will go up. Like
Yeah.
it will make sense.
Well, what do you guys think that rates are going to drop in the next
Well, that's what I was
5 to 6 years realistically?
I have no idea.
Don't
I
know,
feel
don't
like
care.
Everyone that says that they know, like, are always wrong. Like,
But
listen
that's
to
what I'm
every
saying.
podcast from this year, every analysis from this year. Was anybody right for the past 2 years? Really, not particularly.
Personally, I don't think rates are going to drop under 5.5 for the next 6 to 7 years. Historically, rates are being around 8%.
Yeah.
Historically, for the past 40 years, rates are staying around 8%. Even if they drop to 5.5 in 5 years, in 10 years they'll be back to 8. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I don't,
happen.
like,
Like economy
I don't think
just-
there's gonna be like this major like
Exactly.
shakeup that
I mean,
everyone thinks.
hopefully
Well,
not.
because that's
Hopefully
the whole
not.
point of why the rates have gradually, very slowly dropped is to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, why are they just gonna be like, oh, never mind? Like, it's not.
And
that's
to
not gonna
Joe's
happen.
point, like you're saving hundreds of dollars. You're not saving like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're saving like few $1,000s.
And I'm
But you
just
could
talking
be
about
making
people.
hundreds of thousands of dollars if you like buy and you
Correct.
appreciate
There you
and
go.
you renovate and yeah.
And I'm talking about people who are like, oh, I'll buy a house when it's 5.5%.
Yeah.
Or I'll sell a house. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm like, what?
They don't ever
Yeah.
do it. Like,
But
And
I,
I
do
just feel like-
understand like what like where the standoff kind of is coming from.
I do
because
agree
I
with
do
you.
feel that the sellers are a little bit unrealistic and the buyers are also unrealistic, and so then like everyone's like,
And it's also a little seasonal too right now because
Yeah.
I
It
feel like
gets
it's
worse.
the hard time to shop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
around between like July and October, I feel like when there's less buyers, but the sellers are still thinking that it's March and the freshest sale closed 2 months ago during the spring market. It's a very tough time. But I also I started investing in 2022, right? When the rates went up to like 3.5%, maybe 4%. And I remember people be like, I'm not going to buy, I'm going to wait for them to drop back down to 2.5%. And it was
Yeah.
like such a hassle. I'm like, no, don't do that.
It's
and
also
then
like,
they
who
went,
cares?
Like literally.
Like, what do you think the interest rate is going to do in 5 years? Who cares? People are still going to buy and sell
Yeah.
houses. You're going to still need a new house. You're going to need to sell your house.
Yeah.
If something
Yeah.
happens, you're going to need to sell your house regardless of what the fucking interest rate is doing.
and like you do have to look at like, okay, if you're gonna live, let's say you buy a house, you're gonna live in it for 3 years, how much you're paying in interest, calculate that, and then also calculate how much you're spending in rent over the next 3 years.
Also,
Right?
if you're like, oh, I'm going to wait, for instance, hypothetically, if you're like, I'm going to wait till the interest rate drops to 5%, and then you go through a transaction, you have a fucking shitty agent who doesn't find something to get you a $20,000 credit for, who cares if the interest rate was lower? You know what I mean? The overall transaction
Yeah.
matters. So like, there's a lot of different things other than the interest rate to make something valuable or make something worth it for you at that time. Right?
I understand.
no, you're very right.
What
All
I would
right.
suggest to that
Just
young
gets me
what I
fired
would
up. I'm
suggest to that young
sweating.
person is buy whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whenever you're right,
fuck
it's
the
right
interest
for you.
rates, fuck everything else. If you're ready to buy something, find yourself a good agent. Go see if you need to see 25, 30 properties. Make up your fucking mind and then buy something. That's it.
Good.
It's-
I
Yes,
agree.
Joe.
Totally agree. Let me get this off my chest.
Yep.
So I had one of the associates cover a showing for me the other day, and I needed the lockbox code, and this agent gave the wrong lockbox code. And I called them, or I called them, and I was like, "Can I get the lockbox code?" They wouldn't answer the phone, and then when they finally answered, guess what they said? "This is a bad time. I'm in Hawaii."
No, I mean, they're not wrong. It's a bad time. They're in
I was
Hawaii.
like, "Do you have a co-listing agent?" No. I was like, "Well, I need your lockbox code because you're selling a house here. I don't care where you are."
Yeah.
Fired me up. I had to get that off my chest.
Well, I had a
told
client-
Wait,
me.
that
Yeah.
is crazy.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
So I was like, and then
Yeah.
we didn't do the showing because the lockbox code wouldn't work.
Was it a one-off? Or
No,
Oh, well, that's good
No,
though. at
and we're
least.
under
That's
contract
good,
another place,
yeah.
so it's fine. But
But it could have been his place.
it could have been his
It
place.
Could have paid
Yes.
for his trip to Hawaii.
That is true.
No,
Oh.
no.
Maybe a flight.
$250,000.
And then you like sleep on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. And then, oh my God, what was I gonna say?
You didn't get into the place.
Oh, and then I got you get the email. That's like, please leave
Feedback.
feedback. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Couldn't show.
Well, I had a
Couldn't
buyer
show.
with like $2.5
And we're already under
million
contract.
budget coming down to look at multi-units.
wait, what's the budget?
Well, it was $2.5 million
Oh.
for a multi-unit in the summer, and I could not get him into like probably 4 buildings because the agents were on vacations with no coverage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
crazy.
And I was like,
It's
I
crazy.
don't understand.
Listen. If you are going to sell your home and you're interviewing agents, I think one of the number one things you need to ask is, will you be doing every single showing? If not, who will be covering for you? Because we do go on vacation. We do have we get sick. Like, things happen. We are people. I've gotten to a car accident on the way to a final walkthrough before. Like, things happen all the time. And I think that people don't ask that question.
Yep.
And then there's just these lock boxes, or like some of these listing agents are like, oh, well.
Yeah.
And like, you have a big asset.
Yeah.
I had an
Period.
agent in the suburbs had the audacity to basically ask me like, "Oh, you probably
work?
don't do," because I was asking her like she didn't provide a lockbox information for one of her listings, and I called her and be like, "Hey, you confirmed the showing, but there's no access details basically." She's like, "Oh, it's it's a Sentry lock on whatever." I was like, "Okay, cool. It's a $900,000 house." I was like, "Anything you can tell me about the place since you're not showing it?" And she took that personally.
Oh.
She's like, "Oh, you probably don't do a lot of business. Nobody shows properties in the suburbs."
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like,
You
I'm.
probably don't do a lot of business. Fuck off.
That was literally her. That was literally her.
Honestly,
and again,
sometimes, like, I'll
didn't.
pull
And
that line.
again, I did not mean that in a derogatory way and be like, since you're not showing the property,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, hey, literally, tell me something about this fucking house so I can
Sell it.
I can sell it to my clients because it is a good house, right? She's like, oh, you probably don't do a lot of business, don't you? Nobody shows their properties in the
But
suburbs.
also, nobody really shows houses in suburbs.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
Nobody
under
does.
like
But
$1.5 million
I
budget.
agree. But I mean, for
Yeah.
fuck's sakes, like,
You don't have to be
Yeah, help
cranky.
me
Karen.
out.
why people
Yeah.
hate real estate brokers?
Right.
I'm
That's
also
why.
not interested in what anybody else is doing. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My relationship is with my client. If it is better
Yeah.
for me to show the house, I don't care if it's in bumfuck. I do. But
Right? I was like,
if
okay.
it's better for my client that I show the property and I will do it because we are selling a property.
Yeah.
Why would they hire you? I really don't. It really bothers me when people like don't rest on your laurels of like, oh, well, this is just like the way it is out here. Like, fuck off.
Change the way though.
Yes, that's
it's a
what I'm
lot
saying.
easier
And,
to.
like,
Be the change.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Jinx.
Who was that?
Isn't that like Gandhi or
I think
something?
it is Gandhi. Yes. I remember showing in the suburbs, and the ones that the agent actually showed was, granted, it was like a time block, so they had everybody, but it's just a better experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
agree.
getting fired up
All
and
right.
sweating.
Let's end
Yeah.
on.
Because I gotta go.
No, I just want to. We're not going to have any comments on this because this is just a nice way to end. This is the most reasonable thing I've ever read on Reddit
It better
ever.
be.
Okay. I have high expectations.
We sold
I'll
it.
hold you to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We sold our condo in Miami and everything went smoothly and uneventfully. Sorry for the dog bites man headline, but spend enough time on this subreddit and you can forget that things can actually function as intended. We listed our penthouse with an agent we'd never met, but was recommended by our neighbor who got a good price on their nearly identical unit. He thought our unit looked great without any further staging and produced a professional, if somewhat corny, marketing video. Only 2 buyers showed up for the open house. The first made a fair offer and we accepted. The buyers gave us the long close that we wanted, 60 days. We gave them the furniture and accessories that they wanted. Their inspection was nearly flawless. We quickly repaired the 2 concerns they raised. Close was today and they paid on time and in full, and the wires hit our bank account this afternoon. We're happy, they're happy, and both realtors walked away with a juicy commission on an easy sale that they helped run smoothly.
Let's fucking go.
And that is a listing agent who I want to work with.
Exactly.
And it's just like, yes, like just be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
Doesn't have
can
to
work
be
out. Like
complicated.
nothing, it doesn't have to be so difficult.
People want
If
to
you
swing
just-
their dicks.
Imagine
nice.
that penthouse.
They're
That's
gonna
probably
stop.
$2 million. Imagine if the people who were selling that place were complete fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And the
it
buyers
could've
were
been-
like, there is a leak in the sink. We're buying a $2 million home. Can you fucking fix the leak in the sink? And they're like, well,
No.
fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm leaving you for it. Imagine if that's the conversation.
Yeah.
Or a
Then
normal
it doesn't
fucking
go
person,
smoothly.
Spend the $200
Well, it
$200
does,
on a
but you just have
plumber.
a sour taste in your mouth.
You know,
it still goes
like
away.
you're about to make shit ton of money. Spend $200 on a plumber. Fix the fucking sink. Everything is smooth.
Yeah. Like just be a decent human
Exactly.
and everything will work out. Like
That's
people are
such a
like-
good way to
Yeah,
end it.
right? Such a good way to end.
Be a decent human. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yes, we can. Who
That's
said
it.
that? Barack
Peace out.
Obama?
Si se
Yes.
puede.
Si se puede. All right.